Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It is Wednesday, January 21st, and in today's video, we're going to be going over the best plays over on PrizePicks for tonight's 7-game NBA slate. If you guys are new to the channel, hello, my name is TJ. In these daily pick videos, I build out 6 flex slips over on PrizePicks and 5 flex slips over on Betr because those are mathematically the best slip types that you can possibly enter on each DFS app. So if you guys want to learn more about how to properly play on PrizePicks and Betr and other DFS platforms that use fixed payouts, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also turn on that notification bell so whenever I do post these daily pick videos, you get notified first. You can get these slips locked in on PrizePicks and Betr before anything gets bumped or removed, because I can guarantee you that a lot of these plays will get bumped or removed. I will be doing a $50 giveaway on my next video if this video does get 50 likes. So if you guys want to be entered, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button so we can hit that 50 like threshold, and then comment below your favorite play for tonight's 9-game NBA slate. We're going to switch things up, do things a little bit differently today. I'm going to go through and just build out a slip for PrizePicks and Betr. We're going to save the education portion after we build out the slips. I'm going to go through and tell you why we played specific player props in specific slips on PrizePicks and Betr. So if you want to stay around and you want to learn about how to properly do it, then we'll jump into that after we build out these slips. First, though, we are going to go over the matchups. Then we'll go right over to PrizePicks. We'll start building. We have the Celtics and the Pacers. Celtics at home, 10.5 point favorites, 225.5 over under. We have the Hornets and the Cavs. Cavs, 2.5 point road favorites, 236.5 over under. We have the Knicks hosting the Nets. Knicks, 11.5 point home favorites, 222.5 over under, We have the Grizzlies hosting the Atlanta Hawks. Memphis at home, 1.5 point favorites, 239.5 over under. We have the Pelicans and the Pistons. Pistons, 9.5 point road favorites, 235.5 over under. We have the Bucks hosting the Thunder. OKC, 9.5 point road favorites, 226.5 over under. And last but not least, we have the Kings hosting the Toronto Raptors. Toronto, 5.5 point road favorites, 224.5 over under. Now we're going to head over to PrizePicks, give this a quick refresh. We'll do the same over on Betr. We are going to be utilizing a tool called the Upside Tools Fantasy Player Prop Optimizer. If you guys want to learn more about this tool, if you guys want to come check it out and test it yourself, there is a link in the description below. You can click that link and get a 5-day free trial. You'll also get 25% off your first purchase if you use code TJYT. This is a line shopping tool, compares sportsbook lines and odds back to various DFS apps to help us find value in real time. Again, we're going to build out the slips first, and then I'll talk about why we're playing specific slips, and we'll go over the education portion after that. But we're going to be utilizing this tool to find value on PrizePicks. So we're here on PrizePicks, a fixed payout platform. Let's start at the top. We're going to hide push props for now, so I'm going to throw on some filters. I'm going to add one more filter. I always have require FanDuel on because FanDuel is the sharpest when it comes to player prop markets, specifically in the NBA. We're going to add in Jalen Johnson under 7.5 assists. So we'll go ahead and just type Jalen Johnson out. Under 7.5 assists. We're going to move on down the line. We got Cade Cunningham over 5.5 rebounds. Go ahead and get Cade Cunningham over 5.5 rebounds added. I love when PrizePicks does this. Talk about that often. Always double check these just in case. We got OG under 7.5 RA. Let's go ahead and get that added. OG Anunoby, not going Anunoby. OG Anunoby under 7.5 RA. We have Luka Garza over 7.5 points. Ja Morant under 12.5 RA. So we'll add in Luka Garza over 7.5 points. And then Ja Morant was an under 12.5 RA. So we'll add that as well. And then give this a quick refresh. We have Jalen Johnson, Cade, OG, Luka, Ja. And let's go ahead and last but not least add in Jarris Walker under 8.5 points. So this is going to be the PrizePicks slip. We have Jalen Johnson under 7.5 assists. We have Cade Cunningham over 5.5 rebounds. We have OG Anunoby under 7.5 RA. We have Luka Garza over 7.5 points. Ja Morant under 12.5 RA. And then Jarris Walker under 8.5 points. So that is going to be our PrizePicks slip. Go ahead and get that locked in. If we go 6 for 6, we 25 times our money. If we go 5 for 6, we get a 2 times return. And if we go 4 for 6, we get a 0.4 times return. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the optimizer. We've built out our PrizePicks slip. We're going to go from PrizePicks to Betr. And we are now going to build out a 5 flex over on Betr. And you guys will realize there's often better value on Betr. And if you compare directly to PrizePicks, so like Jaren Jackson over 5.5 rebounds, it's set to 6 on PrizePicks. Jalen Williams over 8.5 RA, it's set to 9 on PrizePicks. Ryan Rollins rebounds isn't even offered on PrizePicks. So really good value over on Betr. Highly suggest getting signed up over there if you're not. Because again, it's better to have as many of these DFS apps as you can because you don't know where the value is going to be. Did they just bump that or was that a play that I had? Okay. So we got Jaren Jackson over 5.5 rebounds. We're adding in Jalen Williams over 8.5 RA. You never know where the value is going to be, so get on as many of these DFS apps as you possibly can. Line shot, always get the best number. So we added in J. Will. We're adding in Ryan Rollins over 4.5 rebounds. Con Knuppel, let's give this a quick refresh. So we have Jaren Jackson. We're not going to play Cade because we just played him on PrizePicks. Jalen Williams, Ryan Rollins, Con Knuppel under RA of 8.5. Con Knuppel under RA of 8.5. One more play here. Aldama, this Cade, we already played Cade. Aldama under 10.5 RA. Let's get that added. So Aldama under 10.5 RA. We got a 5 flex. We're going to do $50, not 10,050. I don't know why it doesn't. Okay. Refresh this one more time. We have Jaren Jackson, J. Will, Rollins, Knuppel, Aldama, skipping over Cade because we have him here over on PrizePicks over 5.5 rebounds. We don't want to duplicate too many player props, especially in these video slips. So we'll go ahead and get this locked in. Jaren Jackson over 5.5 rebounds, J. Will over 8.5 RA. Ryan Rollins over 4.5 rebounds. We have Con Knuppel under 8.5 RA, and then Santi Aldama under 10.5 RA. So we'll get this added. And again, we're flexing this, not powering it. And there we go. We just built out a 6 flex slip on PrizePicks and a 5 flex slip on Betr in what, 2 minutes maybe? So if you want to learn about why we're doing this, we're going to head into the educational portion of this video. I highly suggest sticking around if you are new to betting on PrizePicks and Betr. If you're just here to try to quickly get slips and move on with your day, so be it. If you are one of those people, make sure you drop me a follow over on Twitter at ThomasJordanIV. I post slips all the time. I do live streams over on Twitch. I post when I'm going live on Twitch. So if you guys want to come and check those out and watch how I use the tools even more, you can head over there. So now we're going to talk about why we're playing specific player props over on PrizePicks and why we use a tool like the Fantasy Player Props Optimizer over at Upside. So when it comes to PrizePicks, like I mentioned earlier, it's a fixed payout platform. So what that means is it doesn't matter if you take more or less on any of these player prop projections, your payout always remains the same. So for instance, we have a couple popular plays up here. We got Pascal Siakam, 10.5 RA. If I take his more and I pair this with Trey Murphy, more than 20.5 points in a 2-man power, I always get a 3 times return. If I'm just taking normal more or less props. If you're playing Demons or Goblins, absolute ripoff. Highly suggest looking into those a little bit further, but these are not profitable and you're getting ripped off using them on PrizePicks, so be aware. In a 2-man power, though, we know that if we're just taking normal more or less props, our payout in a 2-man power should be a 3 times. Now, if I take Pascal Siakam and I change his more 10.5 RA to less, I'm still getting a 3 times payout. If I take Trey Murphy and change his more 20.5 points to less, I'm still getting a 3 times payout. So PrizePicks doesn't actually change your payouts depending on whether you're taking more or less on those specific player props. The only time they do actually change what you're getting in return are the amount of legs you're adding into the slip or parlay that you're playing on the app. And what PrizePicks doesn't show you when you're using their tool, or their app rather, and Pascal Siakam just got locked, is they don't actually show you the odds associated with each leg that you're getting. But because we know the payout is fixed, we're able to figure that out on the back end. So they just removed Siakam, but it doesn't really matter. We'll add in Cedric Howard. So in a 2-man power, if I put down $1, I get $3 back, $2 in profit. My total parlay for a 2-man power is plus 100 odds. That means that each individual leg is equivalent to minus 137 odds. So that means I need to find player props better than a minus 137 odd chance to hit to be profitable playing 2-man powers, and I need to find 2 of them. When building out 6 flex slips on PrizePicks, we're looking for anything that's better than a minus 118 odd for each individual leg. So what we do here over on the optimizer is actually display the percent odds to hit for all of the different slip types that they actually offer you on PrizePicks. So in a 2-man power, again, each individual leg is equivalent to minus 137 odds. You need to hit your individual player props in your 2-man powers at a 57.8-ish, 57.6 to 57.8 clip to be profitable in the long run. In a 6 flex slip, you only need to do it at around a 54.2, 54.3% clip. So where it's easier to hit 2-man powers opposed to 6 flex slips, like obviously that makes sense, you're getting a way better bang for your buck entering 6 flex slips, because not only do you get a 25 times return if you go 6 for 6, but you also get profit back if you go 5 for 6, and you get a little bit of money back if you go 4 for 6. In a 2-man power, you obviously have to go 2 for 2. So you're getting a way better bang for your buck. You can use a lot lower odd percent hit player props in your 6 flex slips than you can in 2-man powers, and you don't need to hit them at a higher hit rate than you do in a 2-man power. So sure, it's easier to hit 2-man powers. Not going to argue with that. Mathematically, when playing on and this is math. This is legit proven math where you can argue with the wall all day if you want to. You can't argue with math. 6 flex and 5 flex slips are mathematically the best slip type that you can enter on PrizePicks. On Betr, 5 flex slips are the best slip types that you can enter on Betr. It's the same exact payout that you're getting on PrizePicks with a 5 flex slip on Betr, except if you go 3 for 5, you actually get a 0.5 times return opposed to a 0.4 times return. So the 5 flex is actually better on Betr than it is on PrizePicks. So what we do here, because we know all this information, right? In a 2-man power, we get a 3 times payout. In a 6 flex slip, we get a 25 times if we go 6 for 6. A 2 times if we go 5 for 6, a 0.4 times if we go 4 for 6. We leverage the sports books and their lines and odds that they're setting for the player props, their implied odds that they're setting. We find the true value based on all of these different data points of what that player prop has to hit on PrizePicks given the line that they're setting and the slips that you can be entering on PrizePicks. And then we compare that percent odds to hit back to the actual slip percents you're getting for each slip type on PrizePicks. So Jalen Johnson under 7.5 assists currently has a 54% chance to hit based on all these different sports books and the odds that they're setting for this 7.5 line. So for 7.5 Jalen Johnson under assist, we're getting it at -137 on PrizePicks. We're getting it in a 2-man power. We're getting it at -118 odds in a 5 or 6 flex slip. So we can see where the market is currently setting it. FanDuel -136, DraftKings -130, Caesars -137. So these are the odds that they're associating with Jalen Johnson under 7.5 assists. Now, if we want to play this on PrizePicks at -137 odds in a 2-man power, we're not beating these sports books. But at -118 odds in a 5 or 6 flex slip, we're beating the sportsbooks, getting an edge over PrizePicks long term. And that's the whole purpose of this tool, to compare sportsbook lines and odds back to various DFS apps that use fixed payouts like Betr, like Pick6, like Dabble, like Underdog, like PrizePicks to help you show long-term profitable value. So if we head over to Betr, really good value here on the Jaren Jackson play that we took over 5.5 rebounds. 54.3% chance to hit based on where the sports books are currently listing this player prop and the odds that they're associating with his over 5.5. We only need 53.7% true odd player props to build out long-term profitable slips when playing 5-pick insured slips on Betr, which is what we have here with Jaren Jackson. So it's all math-driven. This is called positive expected value or plus EV betting. This tool, again, a line shopping tool, just shows you where you're getting an edge over a specific DFS app on whatever slip type you're trying to enter. So like I would never play Jaren Jackson over here on Betr in a 2-pick power, right? I need to win at a 57.8% chance. This right now, based on the sports books, has a 54.3% chance. So I'm getting -3.5 EV on this one individual player prop. You're never going to win long-term doing that. So if you guys want to check out this tool, again, link in the description below. You can use my code TJYT at checkout to get 25% off your first purchase. Hopefully I didn't overcomplicate anything for you guys. We also have sportsbooks tools over here. We have an esports discrepancy tool, which obviously is just going to show you value on esports where you're getting an edge on one DFS app comparing multiple DFS apps to one another. For instance, like this play 7 kick, he's set to 9.5 headshots maps 1 and 2 on PrizePicks. He's 10.5 on Underdog, 10.5 on Betr. We also have our game lines optimizer so under sportsbooks, we have our game lines optimizer for multiple different sportsbooks that we offer. We have our sportsbook player props optimizer, again, for different sportsbooks that have player props. We have our low hold tool and our arbitrage tool as well. So link in the description if you guys want to get checked out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you are new to the channel and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, if you could do that on your way out, that would be amazing. Make sure you turn on that notification bell and then go ahead and throw a like on this video. That would be fantastic as well. But I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Hopefully we can cash out some slips. I'll catch you on the next one.